Hi guys, how you all doing? It is Friday. It is very cold here. It has not been snowing. It did snow like during the early November, like mid-November. But since then, it has been very, very wet. Like the last time I spoke to you guys when I went to the church, that day was like the coldest I've ever seen in Germany since I've been here. So when I got back the next day, I got sore throat. From sore throat, I got flu, cough and catarrh. It was very, very intense. So anyways, I'm okay. So today, I was just scrolling down my YouTube, and YouTube actually made me do this video. They referred this video to me. You might be wondering why I'm actually talking about this topic, but you know, guys, it is what it is. You just see my face. Welcome. My name is Fiona, and I'm a YouTuber based in Germany. I talk about everything I know, everything, my experience, everything. Yeah, what I feel like to talk, and if it is relatably to you, you're welcome. So stay tuned. Always give my channel a like, comment, and subscribe. Share to your friends and family. You don't know, it could be helpful. Yeah. Coming into Germany or coming into Europe is one of the best gifts you can give to your family. All right. Because coming into our country all the way from Nigeria, we know how the system is, how we lack light, electricity. Is that way you would love to raise your children, not having like the basic knowledge of life, having to experience, to explore, to see the weather, the different weathers, having to live in a very beautiful country. It's even a very big win to put your family in that space, okay? So the thing why men are very scared of bringing their women into the system, into the country, into the abroad, the obodo yimbo, is they are always very scared of them having to come here to understand their right, to know what is good, because a lot of men, right, they make their marriage to be very toxic, because here in the Europe, if you are living here, you will know having to even cheat is very, very rare. It's an eye opening to make you to be very disciplined. And a lot of men, they are really envious of women, let me use the word, because having to come here in the Europe, they know the laws favors women a lot. You can't hit your woman and go scot-free. They will just call the police, and the police will do their job. It will be so alarming, because the way they would take up that case on you, you would think, what is going on? So, having to come into the abroad, and where there are a lot of jobs opportunities, when the wife comes in, they try to integrate, they try to look for job, they start to earn, which in Nigeria that could be of a lesser thing to do, because there are no jobs opportunities, right? So now the woman comes in here and she gets a job, and she's busy. She might be running shifts. You too, you're running shifts in case between maybe you've not given birth yet. But if perhaps you might have given birth, and then the husband might be running several shifts, and she might just go for like mini jobs and then come back. So sometimes when the wife runs extra shift, that makes the house chores to be 50-50, and that is where men don't like. And there are some African men who love their wife to be cooking every day, and maybe then she comes to the Europe, there is always light, always light, and she's now cooking maybe weekly and saving that the rest in the refrigerator. That could also be a turn off. Okay, This topic is very, very diverse because I am not in your homes, but I'm just being specific about the major problems that are making the husbands to think bringing their wives on here is now becoming very tough. Maybe the wife is no longer being as respectful as she was. So having to be, sending money, that egocentric behavior from men that, oh, they care for their wife, oh, they are taking care of the home, so they can talk down on the wife because the wife is now a dependent in terms of money aspect and waiting for the husband to give before they can even buy clothes, eat, and all that. So you see where the diversity is coming in. When the woman comes into the country, it's a very different scenario. She's working, she's no longer so dependent. She can even provide. Sometimes when she comes back from work, she would be tired, and sometimes having to do the wife duties on bed is very tiring because she's so tired of the shift she has been having. So that's where problems start piling in. And coming into a country where you have to start all over again, especially you are in Europe, you have to learn the language, you need to integrate into the society, you need to create a community for you, you need to blend into the system. So if you're not a patient partner who understands that this space will take a while for the spouse to blend in, that is where problems start occurring. So if you're thinking, oh, coming all the way from Africa down to Europe, you just want a smooth ride, it's never going to be smooth. There are going to be challenges. You need to understand that you will have quarrels because it has been long you guys live together and you're trying to understand yourself. Having to be in a distant relationship is quite different from living together. All right. Okay. Now you just call your partner on WhatsApp and you guys just band in less than 30 minutes or 1 hour. Do you know, you guys are trying your best to be in a very cool closure, not to offend each other because you're far away. You don't want to go through that emotional trauma of being away and still quarreling on the phone. So you will be on your best behavior. So when living together, now this partner of yours maybe is not the tidy type. You think you know him all the while you've been talking, and then you start living together, you start having, differences due to how you were living in Nigeria or wherever you're living is not the same system here. So the differences start occurring and then problems start happening. If you have an understanding partner, in quote, like I said, you would understand how to, but having to now understand how to understand in a very subtle manner, that is where you need to work on. So the first year relocating is the hardest. Do you understand? So when you're coming into a new country, just know that you're starting afresh. Just feel like, okay, this is my partner that I've been talking to for several years, or we've known each other, we've even lived together. There are other things I still need to learn about him. So guys, I'm just prepping, okay? I just said I should give you guys a hint because today I am going to the cinema and I'm just prepping. You can see I have my lashes on. So guys, don't mind the change of clothes. Like I said, I am going to the cinema. I'm prepping, yeah. So I'm just waiting for my partner to come. So I just thought of talking to you guys because this thing means a lot. It really means a lot. I really don't know why a lot of marriages in the abroad is failing, because they choose not to talk about the necessary things they should discuss. Having to be married, you have to court, all right? You have to ask some certain things, before getting married or before taking a very bold decision. You have to talk to your partner. You have to, align something that are needed to be dropped, you get, There are some things you need to talk to your partner about. There are some behavior you really don't condone, and you need that to be addressed. So it's more of like still the same thing, okay? So if you're coming into a new country, be it man, woman, you should understand that a lot of things is changing. You're dropping a lot behind you. You're starting afresh. You're, gonna integrate. You're gonna meet a whole lot of setbacks, and before you can be on your feet, it takes a lot of motivation, inspiration, and you cannot sleep only on being motivated or being inspired. You have to wake up. There should be an energy. You guys need to become a force together to be able to acquire this achievement. So where I'm at now, it's what number am I? Was I even giving out a number? Okay, let me just use this for like number 3, all right? Because I've said about cultural differences, like having to come into a country where you have to learn a lot of things, especially when you're coming into a country that doesn't speak English. You need to be patient to learn the language, to be able to integrate, meet the cultures, know what they like and what they don't like, having to change a lot about yourself. So let me go for this now. So number 3 is the differences, all right? Like career differences you might face. So having to come to, let me use Germany for example, like having to come to Germany and maybe you were an accountant, all right, for example, or maybe you used to be in the banking sectors, all right. This thing is, you might not find that particular job, especially when you're in Germany, like in Europe, for example, and maybe you're seeing other choice of jobs that are maybe very hard in labor, in terms of maybe warehouse, Amazon job, for example, or maybe doing the janitors, like cleaning or helping in the kitchen. And when you get to convert the money you used to have in Nigeria, and you compare the money, and this one here is way higher than what you were earning, maybe times 2. I know sometimes you'll be like, why am I doing this kind of job when I was in my country? I used to wear coat and all of that. So that could also create an imbalance in your relationship if you are not somebody who is not humble, you understand. So it's really, really a very encouraging thing to do, for you to talk about it, for you to know what you're going to meet ahead of you, and having to understand that you need to start before you can begin, all right? If you don't start, you can never begin. So guys, my number 4 is relationship strain, okay? I might have said a lot, all right? Yeah, I might have said a lot, but this one exactly is very, very important in marriage. Relationship strain is very, very important in marriage for you to understand, okay? So having to now relocate, or for example, you relocate into a new country, and the mentality you have way back home that having to take care of the home is only meant for a woman or the wife to handle, it never so, okay? Coming into a new country, all right, there are too much work to be done to keep a home. And for example, maybe the wife have children, she's working, she take care of the home, she still gives you your own personal desires that needs to be done as a spouse. It's gonna choke her. So guys, my number 5, all right, it's also a wrap, is positive alternative, okay? Like I said already from the onset, before coming into the country, before moving your family in the abroad, try to set a goal, try to iron, all right, try to say everything the way it is, so you guys can be able to handle things maturely. So having this positive alternative in terms of when there are setbacks, you'll be able to sit down and talk to yourself calmly on how to work on being better, on how to make the marriage work. No marriages that doesn't have scandals, okay? All right, forget all the flaunting on social media. Every marriages have their own scandals, all right, but it is how you forgive. It is how you move on to the positive side of life. It is how you move on to, understanding your marriage. That is what really matters. It is how positive you are towards the future. That is all that matters. It takes just 1 second for you to just say I am sorry and everything is okay. Never you go to bed being angry. Tell your partner what you don't like for them to change. It never costs a thing for them to know what you don't like. Instead of you to be harboring a lot of hate, tell your partner, this is what I don't like, this is where I need you to change. So it takes two mature adults to sit down and talk these things out. Tell your partner, this is what I don't like, this is where I would love you to change, this is where I would want you to be better. It never costs a thing. Stop harboring malice, stop harboring hate, stop harboring hatred, jealousy. Maybe your partner is making more than you're making more than your partner. Jealousy comes in, just you people should try to live in peace and unity. It changed nothing for partner to move abroad. The only changes it takes is how they both stick to the journey that really matters. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope this little message of mine is a bit enlightening, it's a bit encouraging, and it's also a bit of an eye-opening. And I would love to read from you guys, to read and understand what can actually be done in such situation, and how everybody can tackle this situation, because these are the times, and these are things a lot of people faces when it comes to marriage, living with your partner, with your husband. And I would just like to read from you guys and hear your opinion on this very sensitive topic. I will see you guys on another video. Don't worry guys, today I'm still going to shoot another content. Hit the like button, comment, and also stay tuned to my channel.